Public School. I'm your science teacher. We are learning chapter 12, electricity. Now, before we go to the next topic of electric potential, let me reframe and give you a little brief more on current, right? So, last time we saw an electric current, it is because of the flow of electrons, the flow of charge. But I told you the charge are of two types. The charge are of two types, right? Positive electric charge and a negative electric charge. So, current is because of charges. Charges are of two types, positive electric charge right and negative electric charge. This we call it as protons and this we call it as electrons. Okay, but as what I told you, the flow of current is because the electric current is because of flow of electrons, not protons. But as what we already told you, the discovery of electrons was not there when they have discovered electric current. So they say that the flow of electric current is because of flow of protons. In conventional, that's why we name it as conventional electric current. Then the next what I told you is that's why we write down the formula as I is equal to Q upon T. Okay. Now charge. What is the unit of charge? Right? The unit of charge is coulomb. Right? Yes. The SI unit of electric charge is coulomb. Coulomb, which we symbolize as capital C. Time unit, as we already know, it is second, right? So it is S. So simple, what is the SI unit of current? So what is the SI unit of current? We symbolize this as C and this as S. So it is coulomb per second. But there is one more unit of, right? There is one more unit of current under the name of one scientist named Andre Marie Ampere. Can you see here? The electric current is expressed by a unit called ampere, named under a French scientist, Andre Marie Ampere, right? That scientists have found out this thing. That's why they name it under them. So the current unit is ampere, but we symbolize it as capital A. Again, I told you, whenever a unit comes under the name of scientist, it should be the capital letter. Make sure you don't make mistake in this. So there is two SI unit of current, coulomb per second or ampere. Current is coulomb per second or ampere. SI unit of current is coulomb per second or ampere. Charge coulomb times second, right? SI unit of current C upon S or ampere. I hope you got what I am saying, right? And now what is the unit of, what is this? So charge, when you say 1 coulomb of charge, so when you say 1 coulomb of charge, how many electron does it have? You really surprised to know it is 6 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. Wow, that's a big number. 1 coulomb of charge contains how many electrons? 6 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. And what is the charge of 1 electron? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So there is a two difference in first. 1 coulomb charge contains how many electrons? 6 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. And what is the charge of 1 electron? It is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Right? Now, ampere, again, it's a big unit. So now, what is the instrument that measures current? So the instrument that measures currents is called ammeter, we call it as ammeter, right? Can you see here? The instrument called ammeter measures electric current in a circuit, and it is always connected in series. Now, how we connected in series, that I'll teach you later on, that what is the series connection and a parallel connection. Again, current, what is the SI unit of current? Coulomb per second, or ampere, which is symbolized as C upon S, or A. The instrument that measures current is called ammeter. It's not ammeter, we call it as ammeter, and that instrument is always connected in a circuit in series. Next. Now, as what I told you, that this is a circuit, as you can see, the current always flows from positive end to negative end, right? The current always flows from positive to negative, because earlier they believed that current is because of proton. Today also, whenever we draw a circuit and whenever we have to show the arrow of a current, we always show it from positive to negative, and that is why we call it as conventional electric current. So, with this, the topic of current get completed. If you still have any doubt, please buzz me up. Now, the next topic is called electric potential or electric potential difference. Put a very good effort here, because this is the topic, very easy, very difficult. Yeah, if you understand, it is very easy. If you don't understand, it will be very difficult. Now, let's put it aside about electric potential or electric potential difference. Just think a little, how does the water flow? Now, you always remember that we always put our water tank, right, on the top of our house, right, and water tank is the top of our house, and we use all our daily needs from this tank, right. So, why do you keep that tank on at a height? The question is that, can't we put it on the ground and use that water? Then you all know that the water flow will decrease, or it might not come also. If many of you have lived in an apartment, you must know that the 5th floor and the one we live on the 1st floor, you can see the very good water difference here. You can see the very good water difference here. Okay. Right. So, this is the thing, you are on the 5th floor, the 5th floor person will see, the 5th floor person can the pressure of water is less than the 5th floor, and the pressure of water is very good on the 1st floor. Now, the question is why? Right. So, you know, there is something called pressure, water pressure, right? Right? We call it as a pressure difference. That is the reason the rain also comes from, right? So, now the water is flowing from one end to another end because of water pressure. So, pressure difference, water pressure we call it. Similarly, think a little, how does an electron flows from one end to another? How does it flow? Is there some force acting on it? Yes, there must be something. So, they call it as electric pressure, right? But electric pressure is not the technical word in electric pressure is not a technical word in this one. We call it as electric potential. Are you getting it? Because of this electric potential, the electrons flows from one end to another end. We simple said, no, we say just say charge flows from one end to another end. Okay, and in charge, you know, it is mainly electrons. Protons never move from its place. You are getting what I am saying? It is, in general, we call electric potential, we call it as electric potential. So, whenever a charge flows from one place to another, it is not charge means electron flows from one place. So, are you getting the difference? That is called, the way we have pressure difference, they have electric potential difference. So whenever you join a battery, now who create this thing? Whenever we join a battery or a cell, that will create the potential difference, and the bigger the potential difference, the more is the flow of electrons and the more is the current. That is the reason, you know, in a market you will get many different amount of batteries, smaller, bigger one, right? So how do you define it, right? So basically they define it, the work required to bring a charge from one place or one point to another is called electric potential difference. Okay, you hope what I am telling you? So the work required to bring a charge from one point to another is called electric potential difference. But there is one more thing you can add on, against the electric force. Now what is that against the electric force? You already know the electrons is not separated already. They are binded to proton. So there must be some attraction force between proton and electron. Once you get enough force to free that electron, then only it started moving, right? In your textbook it is not written, but again I am telling you, the work required to bring a charge from one point to another against the electric force is called electric potential difference. Let me show you it in your textbook. I hope you are getting what I am trying to say. See, have a look. What makes the electric charge to flow? Let us consider the analogy of water to flow. Charge do not flow in copper wire by themselves, just as water in a perfectly horizontal tube does not flow, as what I told you. One end of the tube is connected to kept at a higher level, so there must be some pressure difference. Similarly, for a flow of charges in a conducting wire, the electron should consider as electric pressure, which we can call it as potential difference, right? So the difference of potential may be produced either by a battery or the series of cells. Okay, so when a cell is connected in a circuit, the difference sets the charges into the motion, which produces a current. So we define potential differences as what I said. Potential difference between 2 points is an electric current circuit carrying some current as a work done to move a unit charge from one point to another. Now, how do we write down the formula, right? So potential difference is represented as capital V. This is potential difference, electric potential difference. Work, right, which is represented as, and charge, that is Q. So V is equal to W upon Q, that is the, now you know what is the unit of work. The unit of work is joule and charge is coulomb. So what is the unit of potential difference? Joule per coulomb. Okay, but it has one more unit. The SI unit is again named after the Italian physicist named Alessandro Volta. So there is one more unit of this is called volt, okay, which we represented as capital V. Fine. So again I am telling you, electric potential difference has 2 units, joule per coulomb or volt, and it is named under Alessandro Volta. So when can you say it is 1 volt? When 1 joule of current, when 1 joule of work is done to move a charge of 1 coulomb, we said the current flows is 1 volt. Okay. Now the way we have a meter to measure current, similarly we have an instrument called voltmeter. So what measures voltage? Voltmeter measures the voltage. Who measures voltage? The voltmeter. Okay, and again the voltmeter is always connected in parallel, not series. Otherwise, now see, I'll tell you the difference why we used to connect, because it get burned, it get destroyed if you make the opposite of it. So potential difference measured by an instrument called voltmeter, and it is always connected in parallel. These are the things they can ask you in MCQ. So keep remember the scientist name, the definitions, the SI unit. Okay. So that is it. That is all about the electric potential difference. Be with me with all this topic day by day, then only you can understand. If you miss any one of the topic, the total link get disturbed. Okay, that's it. Still you have any question, please do ask me. Thank you.